So we've been talking these last few days about pH, but we haven't officially defined it or explained more about what that means. That's what we're going to do right now. So pH actually means something. It stands for the power of the hydrogen ion. So depending how powerful that hydrogen ion is determines if something is acidic or basic, and we'll talk more about that. So pH tells you how acidic or basic, which is also known as alkaline, how acidic or alkaline something is. It's represented by a scale, which ranges from 0 to 14. And each number, so like 0 to 1, 1 to 2, is really 10 times more acidic or basic. So something that is 2, has a pH of 2, is really 10 times more acidic than something that has a pH of 1. So every time the number increases, it's increasing by a power of 10. You may have seen this picture before. This is the picture that represents the pH scale. So everything 6 and below is an acid. Everything 8 and above is a base, alkaline. 7 is unique. 7 is neutral. And what that means is that the hydrogen ions equal the hydroxide ions. And we'll talk about that next. So everything below 6 is acid. Everything above 8 is alkaline. And the farther away from 7 you get, the stronger it is. So 1 would be the strongest acid, actually technically 0. 14 would be the strongest base. So the farthest away they are, the strongest they are. Here are just some examples of the pHs of different substances. So things like battery acid, your stomach acid, those are the most strong acids that exist. Coke or soda, things you drink all the time, is actually 2.5, so it's a really low pH, which is why it's really bad for your teeth. Coffee is about a 5. Acid rain, which we've been learning about, is about a 5. All of these, again, are acids. Some examples of bases that you may be familiar with. Soap, hand soap, has a pH of about 9. Seawater, which we'll talk more about, is actually basic, and it has a pH of about 8. Our spit is usually in the neutral range or so. Bleach is a very, very strong base.
Hi.
And water should be
Hi.
a 7. So water is usually the only thing that exists naturally neutral, but blood and milk and spit are also close neutrals. So, like I mentioned earlier, pH is determined by whether or not the substance has hydrogen ions or hydroxide ions. Hydrogen is H+, hydroxide is OH negative. So if a substance has more hydrogen ions, it is an acid. If a substance has more hydroxide ions, it is a base. The more hydroxide ions it has, the stronger the base is. The more hydrogen ions it has, the stronger the acid is. If something is neutral, that means they are equal. The hydrogen ions equal the hydroxide ions. So neither side is winning. That's why the pH is neutral.
Hi.
So again, the same information, just written instead of in a visual form. So again, the more hydrogen ions means it's an acid. The more hydroxide ions means it is alkaline, a base. So some characteristics of acids and bases. Acids have a pH below 7. They taste sour.
Hi.
And they smell.
Hi.
Hi, baby. Bases have a pH above 7.
Hi.
They feel
Hi.
slippery. Hi. They taste bitter, and they usually have no smell. Something neutral just has a pH of 7.
Hi.
And again, it's usually water, blood, or spit.
Hi.
Hi.